Well, hello, everybody out there in Podcast Nation. This is the Recovery Atheist coming to you, and I am so excited that you've been able to join me today. How are you doing out there? How's life? How's your summer going? I hope it's going well. I hope you're getting to spend it with family, and health is good, and work is good, life is good. I know it's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've been on here. I'd say probably about a month. Just been busy with what I'm doing in recovery. Been busy with work. Been busy with house managing now, and so I'll get into that a little bit of what's going on that way. What it comes for me right now, it's life is. I'm living life on life's terms. As you know, every day I just take it as what's happening that day and dealing with it as it happens. I'm not getting too upset over little minute things that could possibly trip me up or get me upset. Trying to stay focused on the bigger picture of what I'm trying to do here in recovery. Um, so yeah, lots of things have happened since the last time I've talked with you. Last time I was house managing over at the Sherburne House. They have moved us over to Thomas Avenue House now. So I have a house of 9 other guys that I'm watching over. Real nice house, real nice neighborhood. So that's what I'm doing. I have my own room, which is nice, my own setup of lock and deadbolt and everything like that, which is nice to keep my possessions safe. Um, no, it's been good. Now, that being, I mean, it is. It's like its own second job. It's like I have a second job being a house manager, and at times it seems like it's first job because it is my housing, and I need to take care of business, and so yeah, it becomes sometimes bigger than even another job, and that's what's happened recently. The move over there had to take off that day to get moved over. We had a guy that died in the house, so that day I was supposed to be at work. I had to deal with the coroner and other things like that. That's a story on its own um, that we had to go through and deal with, and so I had to miss work that day. So my health issues, I'm finding out I'm really struggling with working longer than 6 hours on my feet before I start feeling like my feet hurt badly. So I'm just trying to survive and live it day by day as everything happens. So the house move was interesting. I got moved into a lot nicer house, a lot nicer situation. Um, it seems like it's a position that I know I can be in for a while and just get settled in and get comfortable, which is what I want to do. Um, Trying to think what else when it comes to that. The guys in the house, for the most part, are good dudes. We haven't always, had everything work out the way we want it to work out, but we've done our best with it. Um, so yeah, that's where it is. Work info. So over the health situation that's going on, I've asked them to let me work, 6 hours at the most. So they've set me up with 4 days a week, 5-hour shifts, which is grand. That's great. I'll be able to go to work and do what I need to do, plus keep my eye on the house and what I'm doing in my recovery. Groups have been okay. My health has been more important at times, getting rest. But other than that, groups have been good. I've been going to groups, been doing what I need to do with that. Um, I will say over the last, I don't know, 2 weeks, my idea of being an atheist has been getting questioned in the groups, which is fine. I've got no problem with that. I think that's, everyone has the right to question it and doing it. But as an atheist in recovery, it's definitely been getting questioned. And I'm trying to figure out why that's the case, if there's something that is getting in the way of everything. Um, getting in the way of my recovery or getting in the way of what I'm trying to do. It seems like over the last couple weeks, I've had more people um, taking stabs at me, trying to discourage me, things of that nature. And I find that I'm dealing with it a lot easier today than what I've done in the past. In the past, I've gotten really angry and upset over the situation and would lash out at people over it. And I just, today, it doesn't serve any purpose to do that anymore. If anything, by them doing the way they act and by the way they do things, it makes them look like the one in the wrong. I don't have to really do it. Um, so yeah, it's one of those things that I take it every once in a while I have to deal with it. Um, it's one of those things where you just shrug it off, dirt off the shoulder, and so that's what I'm doing with it. As an atheist, I believe in being a humanist, being a naturalist, being able to help people, being able, I try to do the best I can for the welfare of humankind, and don't judge them just because of their basis of their beliefs, which I find to be very unfortunate with some people, that they cannot get beyond judging someone just because of their beliefs. I think we're better than that. I think we're better people than that. And I want to talk about that a little today, is being around people that want to discourage you, that want to try to trip you up and try to tell you that you're not good enough, or that what's going to be any different this time, or what's going to, you ain't going to change. You haven't changed so far. What's going to make you change now? That kind of attitude, the negative attitudes, the ones like some of the people that are in group with me that are just like, negative about every little thing, about the house, about the groups, about um, their counselor, about the rules, about life in general, about their families, about their everything is so unfair to them, so unfair. And what I have to say about that is you're not unique. You're not unique. None of us are. We all struggle with a lot of different stuff in our lives that we have to take care of. So you're no different than anybody else that's in that room when it comes to what you're going through. All of us are dealing with things we're not happy about. All of us are dealing with stuff that is stressful. You don't even have to be an addict to have that. Normal people are going through that. My mom and dad go through that. It's just part of life. Stop crying about it and realize it's part of life. Accept it. That's the biggest thing about recovery that I'm starting to realize is acceptance. What that really means. I'm accepting the situation now that I'm in. And I've put myself in this situation. I cannot blame anybody else but myself for the situation that I'm in. It's one of those things that I look at every decision that I've made in my life over these last 7 years, 8 years now, since going back in for my second treatment, and now I'm in 12 treatments. So I've gone from only one treatment in 2015 to here in 2022, 12 treatments. I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot of treatments. I've been through a lot of programs. Not wanting to accept the situation that I'm in and where I'm at and what I need to do to get better. And I'm at the point now where I give up. I accept. Alcohol has not done anything for me. It's taken my life away. Meth has not done anything for me. It's taken my life away. So today, I'm grateful to be able to get up and walk around and still be the person that I am, and still have the mental facilities, still have some of my physical facilities to be able to get around and live life. And then I have a home. I have a bed to go home to. I'm not homeless. I have a place to work that wants me there. We've got to look at the good things. We've got to be able to look at the good things, the blessings that we have in our life. And I say blessings loosely. I'm an atheist, so a lot of people hear the word blessing and they automatically assume that it's like some spiritual godly blessing. Or no, I'm just saying I'm grateful for good things that have happened in my life, and we need to look at that. We need to look at what we do have in our lives. I think a lot of times we get stuck in the idea of look. It says in the big book. It's one thing in the big book that one portion of the big book that I actually have read and enjoyed was the idea of missing the beauty of the forest for the ugliness of a few trees. Which it's pretty simple. Just means you miss out on the beauty of what the forest looks like just because there might be a dead tree here or there. Um, that's the truth. That's the way I've looked at life. I've looked at life. I miss out on the beauty of what I have in life just because of a few ugly little spots in my life that, though traumatic and though suck and though are horrible, and to go through it, I don't wish them on anybody. Still, there is good things for me to be able to look at and say that not everything in my life has been bad. Because that's where I start using it as a crutch. That's when I start using that stuff as a crutch to minimize and justify why I should be able to drink. And today I don't do that. Today I'm not going to justify, minimize what's going on just so I can go get a bottle. It's not going to do anything for me. It's not going to have any good effect on my life. So why would I want to do it? And you really got to start thinking this way. If you're not going to be able to do it, I get it. It's a struggle. This is not something that I would want on anybody. If these people that walk around when we go to treatment and they're like, "Oh, enjoy your vacation." Treatment is not a fucking vacation. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Come live my life for a couple days, go into groups and everything, and you'll find out it's not a fucking vacation. I don't understand these people that act that way. Like recovery is a vacation. No, recovery is one of the hardest things anyone can do in their lives. And it's being done by some of the strongest people you'll ever meet in your life. Because we have made it through things and survived things that most normal people would not even have a clue what to do with or what to deal with, how to deal with it, they would shut down. So this is not something that I look on and go, "Oh yeah, this should be easy for you." Fuck no. This is going to be one of the hardest things you decide to do in your life. I know. I've been in it. I know what it feels like. I'm doing the same thing right now. Trying to get through recovery and trying to realize that my life is worth more than what's in the bottom of that bottle. Do you believe that you're worth more? Do you think that you're worth more than what's in that rig? What's on that foil? What's in that bubble? You're better than that. You're worth more than that. You deserve more than that. So today, I'm reaching out to everybody to start looking at life from a different perspective. Just try it for a week. Just start looking at things from a different perspective and see how life looks a lot different. See how life becomes more enjoyable, more peaceful. You'll be more content. You'll be more laid back, more not allowing things to get to you like they have in the past. Now, That being said, I want to thank everybody out there who has been supporting me, who continues to listen to me, continues to download my show. I've noticed an uptick in people on my Facebook um, group page, which I'm hoping will turn into more listeners on my show, and then also through my YouTube, more subscribers. I think we're at a very good spot to where we can really start growing the podcast now, and I want to start getting other people involved, my fans involved. Eventually down the road, maybe a Patreon account, which I think I have one already. I just haven't finished. I think it's in quiet mode right now because I didn't know when to launch it. So we're working on that as well. Eventually down the line, I'd like to get some more merch, some more swag for everybody. Um, just keep growing the show, keep moving forward. Remember, if you're listening to my show and you have a hard time dealing with the higher power concept, and that you hear it through AA and NA, you can't stay sober without it. I'm here to tell you that you can. I'm here to tell you that there's other ways to be able to do this without AA or NA throwing the God concept on you, or making you feel pressured that you have to believe in something. If I have to believe in something, then I'm going to believe in me. I don't need something from the exterior that I don't even know is there to do that. I'm going to put my belief in me. I'm going to believe Dell can make the right choices and do the right things in his life. That's what my goal is. And I think it's something that we all should be striving for, whether you're an addict or not. To be the best person that we can be in life. Don't you want that? Don't you want to have the best that you can for you, your family, your kids, your parents, co-workers, and friends? I know that's what I'm looking for. So, thanks for everyone who is starting to get involved more in the show. I plan on eventually getting things back on track again to where I can start doing interviews again. Have some other beautiful content on the show dealing with atheism, dealing with recovery, dealing with cannabis, which I'm still, I'm on the cannabis. I have my medical card, and it's been an amazing journey for me with that to be able to get sleep and help with my anxiety and stuff. So PTSD. So it's been amazing. So I want to continue on with that, content, continue on with that subject matter. And I really am looking forward to having you come along for the ride if you can. Again, I love all of you. If you want to look for me and try to find me, you can find me on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, all the different platforms that are out there. You can find me. You can even talk to that one lady, Alexa, and ask to play the Recovery Atheist podcast for you, and she'll do it. I was wondering if I was going to trigger her here at the house, and it didn't, which is good. If it did yours, I'm sorry. Trying to advertise. Anyway, you can also, by doing that, take me on the go. You can find me on the YouTube channel, The Recovery Atheist. I have my own YouTube channel of many different videos that are on there of my podcasts. I really suggest going back to the earlier days when I worked with JR on the podcast. Unfortunately, JR this last year ended up overdosing and dying. He was a very close friend of mine. I'm going to miss him dearly. And so I like to go back and watch those episodes because it was really when I was starting in my career podcasting, and it was just a lot of fun working with him in the private studio. So you can find me email me at therecoveryatheist@gmail.com. Get a hold of me there. Let me know any topics, or if you want to talk about anything, you need some help, need someone to talk to, let me know. Other than that, thank you for joining me again for this episode. I love you all. Peace. The Recovery Atheist is out.